Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm working on the famous King Seiko watch. This model was produced between 1972 and 1974, and it was designed by Daini Seikosha division in response to the Grand Seiko developed by another division called Suwa. This particular watch is a special edition, and it is called Vanac. The case is very different from the traditional King Seiko, and it features a wide angular steel shape. The watch has a beautiful emerald green dial, gold and silver tone applied time indices. It's tricky to open the case, so I did it off camera. And how dirty it is. The crystal is multi-contoured, multi-faceted, hard-lex mineral crystal. Starting to do pre-cleaning. Checking if watch runs, but it's not moving at all. Taking out the crystal and looking again at the beautiful dial. It displays date and day and has implemented a hack, which is a stop second feature, and be able to adjust the time matching the 0 seconds of the atomic clock. Then remove dial gaskets. Here is the spot where I press to remove the stem and crown, so I will be able to take the movement out of case. And now I am inserting the stem back to align the hands for the safe removal. Removing hands using Presto hand removing tool. The high beat movement running at 28,800 beat per hour and has both automatic and manual winding capabilities. And here is the movement, model 5256A, equipped with 25 jewels. First I need to remove the oscillating weight, or it's also called a rotor. Then I want to take out balance assembly and put it outside. I do it first or second thing when disassembling the mechanical watch. It helps to keep this most delicate part of the watch in the safe place from the beginning. Removing Inca block jewels, I clean them separately in the dedicated IPA jar. And now the balance assembly, which I will clean also separately from other parts using hexane. Next is the upper plate of the automatic work, held by 2 screws. We need to remove the gears of this block before we can unwind the mainspring. Removing couple of wheels from this part. And now it's time to remove the dial and start to work from the calendar side of the watch. Turning movement over. Have another look at the beautiful dial and then finding the date of the dial production. It was in August 1973, while the watch itself was released in October of that year, as we saw earlier in the video on the case back. The small holding spring jumps out, but not so far, and I returned it right away. After removing the day dial, we can proceed to taking out screws that hold one of two calendar plates. Some screws that are of yellow color for unknown reason. The condition of this watch is pretty good, despite the case was as dirty as we saw in the beginning of the video. Date ring started to move by itself, and I helped it to join other removed parts. This is the plate with the gear that controls the day of the calendar mechanism. Now is the hour wheel, minute wheel, intermediate setting wheel, and intermediate wheel for day setting. Now removing the day setting rocker when it changes the day at around midnight. It has a washer inside. And now the date finger. This is intermediate wheel. Now removing parts of the date setting mechanism. This is the date setting rocker. It's made from the steel and so doesn't fail as it does the same part made from plastic in 5606 vintage movement. Starting to disassemble the keyless works mechanism, setting spring followed by the setting lever, yoke combined with the yoke spring. While removing stem, the clutch wheel did jump out. This is the setting gear. Now removing the left threaded screw to take out the ratchet wheel. The design of this movement is different than in most other Seiko watches, with the ratchet wheel being placed on the dial side. And because of that we need to disassemble the dial side before moving to the train wheel side. This is a click. I am putting back a few screws that are unique to their places, so I will not forget where they belong to when I will assemble the watch later on. Now I am removing the cannon pinion using Presto tool. And finally taking off the Inca block jewels from this side and collecting them in the dedicated jar with IPA. Now turning movement over and starting to work on the train wheel side. Just one screw to remove the pallet fork bridge. And the pallet fork. Both jewels look good. Now it's time to remove 3 screws holding the mainspring barrel and train wheel bridge. Third wheel. This small gear came from that place. Mainspring barrel. The sweep wheel spring. And this is a tiny sweep seconds pinion. Fourth wheel. Moving back the screw to remember its place. Removing two screws holding center wheel bridge. And center wheel goes next. This is the hack mechanism and associated spring. Escape wheel. Now I'm going to remove the mainspring from the barrel. This is the tool I've made to make it easier and safer to open the mainspring barrels, as I know all Seiko movements made by Danny division have identical construction design, so this tool is very useful when working on those movements. Removing the mainspring arbor. And I remove this mainspring off camera. Here are all parts pre-cleaned and ready for the ultrasonic machine. And while they're in the cleaning machine, I do pre-cleaning of the case. And that's all for the first part. Thanks for watching, and don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, goodbye.